made about pastors, anybody that's preaching prosperity gospel and the actual true meaning of reaping and sowing. Okay, I had to write it down because I tend to ramble on when I get to explaining something, and then I forget other important parts. So just to make sure that I remember almost all the important parts without, so I don't get too carried away with rambling and have to make like 4 or 5 videos, which I tend to do. And when I just need to sum it up into like one video or something like that. Anyway, the real meaning of reaping and sowing has nothing to do with money whatsoever. It has to do with about actions. Okay? It is the same thing as when he says, do unto others as you have them do unto you. That's what reaping and sowing really truly means. You know, what you put out to this world of what you're going to get has nothing to do with money. Those pastors and preachers that is taking that doctrine and is switching it to about money is only trying to take your money. That is the only reason why they translate it to their version of having to do with money when it has absolutely nothing to do with money whatsoever. Let me explain to you when it comes to that, okay? The very thing that the devil and those who preach that is not for God, because he doesn't preach nothing about prosperity whatsoever, about money to his people, okay? And those that make you pay for any kind of gospel, it's a free gospel. And those that charge you for pathetic words, or any kind of healing, or selling this anointed oil and all that stuff. First of all, you can buy your own anointed oil for like less than $10 on Amazon, straight from Jerusalem and Bethlehem, from right where the Mother Mary is buried. Okay, if you really want to get some anointed oil, order it from Jerusalem. I'm just telling you. Okay, those who want to charge me healing or charge me this and I'll give you a prophetic word, okay, is all from the devil. First of all, God will let those who need to know things, he'll tell you himself. He'll come to you in a vision. He has a perfect timing and a perfect plan. Okay, he'll let you know. Okay, he doesn't need to have these people out here saying things. Oh, let me go ahead and read you. You're then almost doing magic. You're doing witchcraft. And those that charge you for that, he'll let you know. He has ways of speaking to you. You just gotta listen. So let me prove this to you, okay? First of all, what was the very things that one of the things that the devil tempted Jesus with? Prosperity. In the wilderness, I'll give you all this can be yours, all these kingdoms, all these people, and everything that is of it will be yours. God says in the Bible, in the scriptures, it says, put your treasures for things in heaven, not of this world. Only Satan has charge over these stupid things of the world. It says, do not put your trust in things that can be stolen, that can be rusted, and that can be destroyed. God's not going to sit here and give you a blessing of things that he knows very well he's going to destroy. Come on now. So, not only that, but let me get on to what about Job and Joseph? Okay? He does bless people. So don't take it wrong when he says that he doesn't bless people, because he does. He does bless people. He blessed Job. He blessed Joseph. He blessed David. He blessed Solomon. Here's the thing about it though. Job and Joseph was the only two that was able to handle the wealth and the true blessings that God gave them without losing their faith and without sinning and without going astray. The only two. And they suffered the most greatest out of all the people. Except for Jesus, of course. But they suffered the most greatly because they knew and understood what the assignment was. To bless others with their blessings. And that's exactly what Joseph did. He suffered greatly. And at the hands of his family, no doubt. To turn around and be blessed, and he could then bless who? Them. Job was, not only was he already greatly blessed, but it says in his story that he gave tremendously to all those who was under him. So he was always blessing people to begin with before it was all taken away. And those who he blessed even turned on him. And so I knew that you hadn't been of God. You hadn't been doing this. Well, that's why, because they was jealous of his blessings, even though he gave to those people. Now, when it comes to King David, King Solomon, yes, he did kind of bless them, but he let them get to their head. And what did they do? They started getting greedy, having more wives than they needed to, even though God even told specifically, Solomon, we don't have so many wives. What did he do? Disobeyed God. Okay? Then you have David who committed murder, adultery, sinned a lot. But you know what? Even though when God got onto him, he said, oh, please don't take you away from me. You can take everything back that you have blessed me with, God. You can take it all, strip me all of that. Just don't take you away from me. King Solomon did not do such things. When he was getting reprimanded for his sins and stuff, his disobedience, the first thing that came out of his mouth, oh, just don't take away my blessing. And he ended up what? Worshipping other gods because of all the many wives. This is the very reason God told him not to. Okay? Y'all need to pay attention and wake up. So if you don't think that God, he does bless people, he loves them. Just because you're not being blessed does not mean he doesn't love you. It could be the very fact that he does love you so much, he doesn't want to lose you. Because God gives us free choice. Okay? He doesn't put us on pull the string and make us do what he wants. You have the freedom to choose. And the problem is a lot of people cannot handle that wealth. And maybe you cannot handle that wealth when it gets to, because a lot of people cannot. He doesn't want to lose you. He doesn't want you to sit there and go choose to worship the God of money. And that's the problem. A lot of people get too greedy. He doesn't want you to get too greedy. Maybe you don't have the structure, because it's very hard to do that. And here's another thing. Y'all sitting here all begging to be blessed and everything, but y'all can't even be grateful for what you have. Y'all want to be blessed with all this and blessed with that, but you have a house, you have a car, but you're not grateful for it because, but I want a bigger house. Oh, but I want a better car. I want the newer this, the newer that. And so then what are you going to do in the next 2 years when the newer version comes out? You're going to be ungrateful for the things that you have, which he already blessed you with, because you want the new and later version. That's why you're not getting blessed. Not like that. You're already blessed. You're just not thankful for your blessings. You can't see the true blessings that you're already being blessed with because your greed is too high. So you really think he wants to bless you with an abundance of wealth when you can't even be blessed and thankful for the things that you already are blessed for? You can't even see that you are blessed. You're too busy complaining and begging for a blessing when you're already being blessed. Think about it. Y'all just too busy. Y'all stuck on this world, things of this world. You're set on things of this world, and not of what's in heaven, what's important, which is God. Okay, let me explain something to you that goes on to this. You may think about these preachers and pastors who are blessed abundantly, have these big mega churches and stuff like that. Man, think about Cain. Think about Ishmael. God didn't hate God. I forgot. It may not be Ishmael, but it's one of the kids that there was two brothers born. God hated one. It says in there he hated him, but he still blessed him anyway, and he sent him about his way. Had nothing left to do with them, and he had both kingdoms. Okay, he also had Cain. Cain killed Abel. He was still blessed. He was blessed enough that he was able to build big cities and named them Enoch after his son Enoch. Big old massive cities. God had nothing to do with them. He left them alone. And what else? They not only did they have those kingdoms, and you may think it was truly blessed. No, they was blessed with things of the world because they belonged to the things of the world, and they belonged to Satan afterward. They didn't belong to God. They didn't worship God. Y'all think that they was blessed. No, that was the best blessing they was ever going to get, and that was the end of it. You know, like God in their life. They choose things of this world and not God. So when y'all sit there and think about these pastors being blessed in these mega churches, no, God's letting them be. He's letting them be. That is the best life that they're ever going to live. Think about it. You still have room to improve. You still have room to get a bigger blessing. And I'm trying to hurry it up, but I look like I got a minute. But let me read this up. God called us to be. Let's figure this out. I don't think I'm going to. Hold on. Part 2.